into a timeless realm. Chapter 7, The Pillar of Green Light. Understanding is not always appropriate, for it attempts to rationalize through mystery. Why must you have mystery? In fact, there's no such thing as a mystery. It's all about deception. I would say deception in a way very elusive to elude the masses here. In fact, there's no such thing as a mystery or cult. There's no such a thing, but it was by design on purpose made this way to best control the masses in here. For what you don't see, you will fear. Understand is not always appropriate for its attempts to rationalize through mystery. Mystery is truth unrealized. Understanding is based on truth that has been rationalized but not realized. Understand is based on truth that has been rationalized but not realized, not put into practice or made manifest. However, well, there's more to it than meet the eyes. As I said earlier, if you best want to control, you will make things mysterious or elusive or very, secretive. And that's nonsense for me. That's like a Jerry Springer show to me. I stared up at Pen, but he's not to be seen. Neither he nor his fear is anywhere near me. Yeah, because they are plasmatic beings. They use ectoplasm, and for this reason, you cannot see them because they are made of different atoms, subatomic particles, not dense carbon, and for this reason that they become invisible to our perception, our capability to see things. Because by design, we were made to not see the other room made of different plasmic atoms. Okay? So that's why many people here are ignorant and they take this so mysterious, so like divine in a sense that they become slave to dogmas. I glance around puzzled, puzzled. I don't understand. How could I return from this fear if it is not here? Well, because more mystery. Well, because you are now focused with a different kind of perspective and seen through a different atoms. Forget it, Michael. Mirel, what incredible life, what an amazing family. When she knew of the future, I smile. Forget it. Put aside questions and leave the mystery. Glancing around, I realize that the great beings are indirectly observing me, within me. I feel the birth of a great joy, a deep inner knowing that all life is as it should be. No matter how much I do or do not know, there are other beings involved in the outworkings of Mother Earth and her marvelous nature. Yeah, and there's more to it than meet the eyes. You have seen things through a naive perception, but there's more to it, more shenaniganism than meet the eyes, as well as in the torturous expressions of humanity. We are not alone. Lie, most of us are alone, not abandoned. Lie, most of us are abandoned. All lies. We are not alone, not abandoned. Suddenly, A duality of scene takes place. I can see the great beings around me. But equally in the same space, I have a vision of another time when a future is lush now earth. I see a rich green earth filled with teeming wildlife. But there are birds and animals that are new to me. Yeah, because it is all here on earth. They are able to do manifest things and create things of different atoms which not permeable um, by eyes. You're not able to penetrate it unless you go out of the body through dreams or after death. And that's about it. So that's the rich green earth filled with teeming wildlife. This is another realm parallel to Earth. It's not something that's going to happen in the future. It may be parallel to Earth. It's other planets adjacent to Earth. Okay? It's other planets or other parallel universe which is very adjacent to Earth. As my vision expands, becoming stronger, an inner knowing accompanies it. I know that in my present time slash frame, where nature seems to be under threat as species die, become extinct to us, other species that have not yet taken a physical form are already being held within the creative consciousness of rebirth. Yeah, through what we call cryogenic labs, cryogenic labs of these beings. And um, nothing is extinct. Everything um, is stored somewhere else, mostly in some other parts of the unknown to us. They hide every DNA species. Nothing goes to waste. Nothing really is extincted, but it is somehow transported to another room. So already been held in the creative consciousness of the rebirth, which is in cryogenic mode or way. These other animals and birds are in a formless state of manifestation. Okay, a formless into plasmic, still in plasmic form. So they are formless to our more dense carbon-like aspect of composition, chemical composition, state of manifestation. And not until the moment is ripe will they take on physical form. Now, in my vision, I see resplendent birds that express new qualities in the bird kingdom. I see colors that I cannot identify, and I sense perceptual abilities in the birds that are new to their expression. I see animals that are different, but again, the difference is not so much in form as in their qualities of expression. These animals are more advanced in their intelligence, more capable of a partner relationship with humans than most animals of our present time. Today we own our animals, but within this vision, I sense a real partnership, not ownership. By attempting to own them inadvertently, inadvertently, we would once again express our domination and separateness. And this future is of unity, not separation, which is coming out slowly. Now people are having even guinea pig, serpent, or not guinea pig, serpents, or other rare animal, wild animals as pets or companions. companions. Not that it's okay. I don't believe it's okay, but if you can treat them okay, if you respect and dignity, then it's okay. I mean, you don't put them in a cage. Don't um, don't leave them without care, like shower, bath, shampooing. Uh, give them grasses or what, something that can eat, or their food, what they can eat. I mean, if it is a pig, then you will eat veggie. They are omnivorous. So like a chicken and a bird, they are omnivorous. They can eat just about anything. So you must give them only clean food, not that the leftover that they are used to eat. Shower them, shampoo them, um, put something in their mouth which can kill the germs, give them the warmings, then they'll be fine, okay, and treat them with respect and love. I already told this in 2012 about these coming years that people take more care of animals and I give more respect towards them. And I have said that many people would go vegetarians, and that's coming true. It's realizing right now. So by attempting to warn them in a best century, we would once again express our domination in separateness. And this future is of unity, not separation. I love this guy because he was Aries man, and Aries people love animals. They are very close to animals. Virgo is more towards plants, the vegetation. Aries is animals. And I mix Aries and Virgo, then we'll have kind of character that would care for both the vegetation and animals. They are very fond of these beings, fond of nature, the forest. Like me, if I find some plant, people throw plant in the garbage, like it was just a synthetic um, form of plant, as if it were made of synthetic material, and it isn't. They aren't. Don't throw plant in the garbage, aliens. Don't throw. Just don't. They are not something synthetic that you would throw. So I salvage them and I bring them home and I give them a life, and they grow so fast and big because some people have green thumb, some other have rotten thumb. No matter what they plant, it won't grow, won't yield anything. Would once again express our domination in separateness in this future of unity, not separation. I see many species of trees that have long been extinct, growing and flourishing in their climatic zones. There are even trees from a time slash frame before this. Trees that will be heralded, heralded as new species, even though they are not. Yeah, they are just something that has been stored, something else in a plasmic way. They take their DNA and put into plasmic way to later go into cryogeny and then made of carbons again. Part of me is in a way astonished by the resources of nature, but a vastly older, wiser self knows that within the greater frame of reality that is one sea, all is possible within the internal moment. Consciousness is never extinct. Yeah, never, never. I knew it a long time ago. They just harbor it somewhere. They store it somewhere for future use. I see a humanity free from the restrictive, restrictive bonds of hate and of greed. Until now, there's no such thing as free from the bonds of hate. There's a lot of hatred to go on right now yet. and agreed as well. So this may be a reality, a possibility of reality of the future. I see peace, true peace. In our present time, and that was the 70 decade, the closest we get to peace is try to resolve conflict. This is not peace. Even the absence of war in society is not peace. Peace is the absence of any trace of malice within each person. Peace is an experience of the soul, not an intellectual statement of non-conflict. Peace cannot be experienced by the mind. It can only be witnessed by the mind as the soul self. Who we are experiences unconditional love. I see groups of people walking through a forest, excited and away as they perceive the nature spirits who surround them. I watch both children and adults as they dance with fauns and elves, scattering the fallen leaves and setting the forest alight with the joy of their shrieks of delight. True joy is a resonance that nourishes all life, for true joy cannot be restricted or personalized, correct? Throughout all life, this more enlightened humanity has learned that we are the amplifiers of joy, and it is we who uplift the conscious expressions of life on earth. Correct. This is a joy that creates joy, an elevation of spirit. Mhm. So overwhelmed am I by the clarity and power of my vision that I too am leaping up and down, cavorting in an abandoned leaping and shrinking of a great glee, grabbing Persephone in a casual way that would have appalled me earlier. Persephone, later we go there, how they meet Persephone, all the Greeks mythology beings who entruth, they are no next. So he grabbed the Persephone in a casual way that would have appealed me earlier. We danced and wheel around the gates of time, squealing aloud with laughter. With no surprise, I noticed that the other great beings are also leaping around with incredible whirling grace. Oh my God, how I wish that we here on the superficie were like this. Blessed be the children, because only the children know things that we don't see. Only children feel it. Only children believe in it. My sister who passed away, she was about like 7 years older than I. She always taught me that when I was about three, I still remember, I was about 3 years old and I still remember, I was still a baby. She taught me that there were some bees in our rooftop of the house, and that if we wish, we could climb the roof and then ask food from them. They would cook for us, and they even would cook candy made of the hardest honey. Now, not far away from my mother's backyard, someone had a honey farm, which they have pure brown, foamy, original, delicious aromatic honey, no preservative, nothing. My mother neighbor would always give some to her to give to us. So we were brought up pure honey, original brown foamy honey. and pure cow milk. I'm blessed because of this. Pure raw cow milk that my mother would boil and add some a little bit of salt and some spice into the milk for us to drink. I still remember. So um, one day I still believe that what my sister said. I said I'm gonna climb this stair because there was a stair to the roof. I climb up that stairs and I really saw it. I swear I saw. I was 3 years old, but I saw some bees burning something there. That was not a dream. I swear by God, I saw. I saw that and there were those smoke there on the roof. That didn't come from my mother kitchen because it didn't have a chimney. So where that smoke came from on there on the rooftop? And I was in a way looking at them, and I just was looking at them when suddenly I lose my balance and then I fall. I fell, and then I had a very serious accident that day, but that's okay, never mind. I'm very strong. I could survive yet. So, uh, children, they truly believe things, they truly believe in things. And I love the fact that at least a long time ago in my time, we were so innocent that our teachers taught us that the editors who made books for children also create a lot and lot of what we nowadays adults call fantasies. And I'm so glad that they taught us even moral lessons through um, storybooks, through fables. There's the Green Kingdom of Laura, the Green Kingdom. I believe I still remember when I was a little girl when I had this textbook which taught us about the Green Land, the Green Kingdom of Laura, which was inside the ocean, and many other fables that end up it's true. But it only that we don't see. We are so dense. Humans are so dense that we are not able to see sometimes things that is right there before our eyes, but we swear we don't see it. We swear we don't see it. Only much later we are able to say and we go, oh, how come I went past it and did I fail to notice it? You understand? That's how our awareness is, our consciousness is, unfortunately. So we we dance through the gates of time, and this one was Persephone, how she was depicted, and that she's the divine mother of earth as well. She was cast as the divine mother. Squealing aloud with laughter. With no surprise, I notice that the other great beings are also leaping around with incredible wheeling grace, not limited to keeping their feet on the ground. So beautiful. How many kids, instead of being abused by adults, wish to have this kind of life for them? How many kids, at least I could say that I have had the chance to experience it, to live in my own cocoon as a child, to experience all this kind of life there near the forest, near the lake, and I have my own fantasies. I would go to a hill and then I would remember, had memories of a place that I don't know where this place comes from, and it was like that. And I would cry there on the hill. I was 7 years old at that time in the 70s. As you dance and wheel in a universal celebration of life, the purple mist is gradually thickening, enshrouding and revitalizing me. Denser and denser it becomes, and the great beings are gradually fading, as though being absorbed by the purple fog. The enormous gate of time and also become faint and nebulous. So the enormous gates of time are also becoming faint and nebulous, wavering as though a shimmering mirage until, as the fog arises above me, I cannot see anything or anybody. Could it have been a figment of the imagination? But again, what's the imagination? What is real? That's why many people goes into, um, hallucination, psychedelic drugs because they want to get out of this reality. It hurts and it sucks. It sucks for many people. That is very sensitive. It does sucks big time. So however, is it was shimmering mirage until, as the fog arises above me, I cannot see anything or anybody. Wisp by wisp, the purple mist dissipates, and the great beings have vanished. The gates of time have gone. Sadly, I stand alone. A faint but resounding echo whispers through the ethers, as though echoing the finality of the vast gates of time. I'm standing in the area that was once a living city, becoming in turn the playground of our ancient mythological gods and goddesses. I'm puzzled. Once all that happened, another strange manifestation created by the light of enlightenment, I sighed. No answers as usual. Ah well, back to mystery. Once again I walked to the crest of the hill, glancing back continually to see if any more miraculous manifestations are about to take place. The lagoon of liquid light is just as before, but something has changed, and I realize what it is. The sun is setting. Is that possible? Can they ever die in this mystical room? Is time even measured in days? Is there any time to measure? With my questions comes a clear realization. This truly is a timeless room. A day is a concert here. There is no time. As I stare up at the sun, willing it to shine with its friendly pink light and inner warmth, I realize that it is not setting, for it is still high in the sky, but it's fading. How can a sun fade out while high in the sky? I watch, and it seems that the heavens have gone mad, for the sky is rapidly changing to a deep burgundy red, yet with a clarity that removes any trace of threat. I am aware that I would not want a dark night in this reality, but even as I think it, I know that this place is an expression of light, that there can be no darkness here. This timeless room is weird, to put it mildly. How will I ever be able to share my experiences with my friends? Only Trinai will know I'm not crazy. I'm only too aware of how I fear being ridiculed. I'm convinced that I have been ridiculed and persecuted in other lives. But I also feel a reassurance, a reassurance that this will not happen again. All that is required is that I share my experience and truth with the people for whom it is a perfect timing. Truth always remains a truth, but only within a person's perfect timing can truth be recognized and accepted. Of Trina's timing for truth, there can be no doubt, even if she does not remember being with me in her dream state. She will accept my experiences with far more ease than I will ever be able to. Trina has always been that way. She walks her path with serenity while I stumble along. To be fair to me, however, Trina does not have experiences like this to deal with. How did I get into something like this? How can I be physically sitting in bed, diligently scribbling this down in a poetic form, while at the same time be a light body experiencing a timeless realm of mystery? I sighed. I will need all the support from Trinai I can get when I'm back in a physical reality. Watching the burgundy sky, I notice that it is still changing. The red is slowly melting away, leaving the sky as the deepest of the pinks, but even more strange, the sky is rippling. Like a fast flowing river over a bed of rocks, the sky is a rippling ocean of pink, both a wonder and oddly enough, exhilaration. Weird strangeness never stop. The bizarre effect of a rippling sky of pink is reflected onto the ground. Pink symbolizes Venus. All around me, the nature of this mystic place is wavering, creating in me a feeling of insecurity and uncertainty. Even standing is becoming difficult, for I'm feeling increasingly dizzy. This is too much. The sign of exasperation, I sit down. My eyes close and try for a while to shut it all out. After a timeless moment, an odd feeling sweeps over me. Once again, I feel that I'm not alone. But when I pick between my fingers to see if I can see someone or something, there is nothing. The scenario around me continues to reflect the wavering ripples of the sky, and I feel oddly displaced. I get the peculiar feeling that it is I who am strange in a place of normality, correct. With increasing intensity, I feel that it is who am the oddity, while everything else conforms to its own set of rules. Overpoweringly, I want to go home. As I focus on home, I visualize a vast orange sun that fills the sky with a warm ambient light. So I visualize a vast orange sun that fills the sky with a warm ambient light. And I see the familiar, beautiful, slender, lit LITHE beings of translucent blue. I sense a deep compassion and love waiting for me. These beings were one of the former to inhabit Earth. They were translucent, bluish, translucent, and also they fed on blue vegetation. The sky then were a bit like purplish and bluish, like now, but a bit different. And the sun was not as hot as today. It was very cooling, very beautiful and comforting, like maybe 20-ish, something like that, 40. Fahrenheit. I want to go home as a folk saw, he saw the translucent blue, translucent beings of blue. I sense a deep compassion and love waiting for me whenever I care to return. I know that in the not too distant future, I will go home, home to my family on countless stars. I shake my head in confusion. Wait, that's not home. Where is that place? Who are those beings? As the powerful memory swiftly fades, I feel a sense of loss so great I shock in despair, stretching out full length on the hilltop as my overwrought emotions cry out for release. Strangely, while I'm crying, I again feel that I'm not alone. It's as though my tears have washed away a huge dam that has long been built up within me, a dam that has held me away from some deep inner knowing. I know that there is no one with me, yet I'm not alone yet. That's how I feel, especially when I'm in a very dark place. I feel that I'm alone, but at the same time I'm not alone. Even at home, I feel as I am surrounded by people. It is not schizophrenia, it's something else. What this means, I do not know, nor do I feel any need to understand it. The inner certainty is enough. Eventually, my emotions drained, I stand up. How is it? How it has happened? Or what it involves? I'm not sure, but some very long-term inner issue has been resolved within me. For the first time, I feel my own lightness of being. Previously, other beings in outer circumstances have instigated this joy, but this time it comes from some nameless dimension within myself. This is based in who I am, and while I suspect it will fade, I'm certain that it is always within me, waiting to be permanently owned. Looking up at the sky again, I notice that the change has continued. No longer rippling, the sky is now a deep rich pink satin smooth and tone in appearance. I get the feeling that the rippling effect was especially for me, for in some mystical way it reached in the long retained, hidden inner block, igniting memories that I do not understand, yet memories that needed to be released. This one represents Venus. Could he have been in Venus and he were laid before? Had some cosmic switch been activated? Suddenly, the pink sky is filled with twinkling stars and hurtling planets. Unlike anything that I have ever seen, yet it evokes a wondrous and familiar memory. I stare in a way, mesmerized, when I hear a rich deep voice whisper in Latin. I will, I will aloud, for it's a human voice, yet there's no one to be seen. The whisper seems to be in my head, in the words, Semper secundum ordinem, Semper secundum ordinem. Semper could be always, secundum, secondary, ordinem come from order, are actually meaningless, and then they are not. For in my heart a clear translation emerges, always according to order. Oh, no wonder, semper secundum ordinem. Okay, yeah, I was almost right. With the translation, an unrealized inner knowing grows to maturity. and like a flower bud unfolds its truth. This is about humanity. While it may appear that we humans have jeopardized the planet Earth and all the nature upon it, nothing could be further from the truth. Each star, each heavenly body has its own life path, its own reality, its own destiny, and we cannot interfere. We can all affect our own reality, our own life path. Only those people who live within a consensus reality can affect the lives of others. The people who are dead to the same beliefs, the same falsity, the fake ways, the same fears, the same illusions. Within my knowing, I see that everything is in perfect order. We have the power of creation, and creation can distract, but it can never destroy. The difference is subtle yet immense. Destructuring is the pathway to restructuring, an act of creation based on continuity. We can destroy what we physically build, but what we build is an expression of our own consciousness at a time. A building can be destroyed, but only when consciousness is ready to release that expression. Mhm. We are blinded to this truth by our, our unfailing mental and emotional attachments in unflagging belief in endings and injustice. The movement of the moment sweeps all before it, with or without a permission or understanding. So we are blinded to this truth by our unfailing mental and emotional attachments and unflagging beliefs in endings and injustice. The movement of the moment sweeps all before it, with or without our permission or understanding. The immensity of my insight holds me enthralled. No race of beings, either human or alien, can take apart the fabric of creation. Correct. Very correct. Very smart guy. All so-called destruction is timed to happen only when consciousness is ready to release the form. This applies to biological and engineered constructed forms. For a timeless moment I stand entraced, my inner realization expanding and blossoming. I am convinced that there is a time to all that is happening to me. Each new experience seems to peel away another layer of illusion, revealing ever great clarity and insight. Yeah, correct. Because of this, I am not particularly surprised when a bright golden glow appears in the sky in micro moments, traveling from being a speck on the distant horizon to becoming a huge golden globe hovering before me. What does surprise me is that this golden globe appears similar to the golden orb I had earlier seen on the topmost spire of the seed of living glass. It isn't the same, it is identical. The last time it had unfolded great petals like some immense flower, revealing a vast interior. If it isn't the same, it is identical. The last time it had unfolded great petals like some immense flower, revealing a vast interior. This time is rather different. A single petal gently unfolds, swinging down to the ground as though intended to be a ramp. From the interior there comes a deep, rich voice, a voice that I instantly recognize. My child, we need you. Please come with me. You know you mean no harm. I feel no fear at all, not even a qualm. of anxiety or apprehension. Maybe my adventures had been preparing me for this. But this invitation seems so natural and intended. I get the feeling that I have been waiting all my life for this very moment. I walk up the golden ramp in the craft that is so silvery. I have been to this craft already, but it was a gray craft. So that's so silvery and bright. I have to squint and allow my eyes to adjust. As they do, I realize that physical vision could not deal with this brightness. It would be almost blinding. With my eyes comfortable, I gaze around. The interior is spacious and very clean and sophisticated. Even if not very large, it seems to have remarkably little gadgetry in it. As I turn around, looking at the all that surrounds me, I see the owner of the voice. Now um, I'm gonna stress something here. These beings, they are very crafty and ingenious, smart, wise, etc. So one experience is not the same for everybody. Okay, for each their own. For Caesar, his own currency. What I mean here is that if you ever is to have an experience like many of us have had outside of the body, um, the beings that will appear to you goes in goes hand in hand with your own culture and ethnic group as you identify with here on earth. Okay, like my neighbors, he's my neighbor. I have seen him growing up since primary one. Now he's that 6 year old. He's an Indian guy, and he has had those kind of experience. Not quite spaceship, but going to another room. Okay, because he do meditation and all that. So he kind of come out of his body. Sometime he said he has had these experiences before. And he had been to this realm where he see these beings, and this realm is the plasmic realm, parallel to Earth, okay, or adjacent to Earth, one that made of different atoms. So he have seen Indian people, Indian look people, because he's an Indian, okay. He'll see an Indian people. If you are in Arabic, you'll see Arabic people. If you are Latin America, you're gonna see Latin American people. What you identify with depend on your belief system. All right, and if you are Afro, then from Africa, from West East Africa, Occidental Africa, you're going to see another beings. Okay, and for me, I see them as they are. All right, I see them as they are because I request that they show up if no human forms. Most of the time they do. But I'm just saying that depending on your belief system and your culture, ethnics, you're gonna see what you believe, okay, what you identify with. And could it be a product of your mind? Yes. Could it be something that these beings make you see also? There's a possibility. Okay? There's a possibility that they causes you to see not what is there, but what you wish to see. So for you to get more comfortable and accommodated. All right. So here he is standing. That surrounds me. The owner of the voice, standing within a nimbus of soft white light. An immeasurably ancient man faces me. Soft white light in immeasurably ancient man faces me. He is dressed in a long robe, could it be white? And holds a shepherd's staff with a deeply carved crook. I staff is the being who doesn't like me there in the garden. He's a giant, but he's not white. He's something like he's a giant, but he's not white. Okay, he's a deeply covered crook. Yeah, that's one. He hold a staff. He open legs on top of the hill there. I have this on my show in my another channel, and he is there, and he is very severe, very grumpy, very severe, very rude. Deeply covered crook. I stare in consternation. A shepherd? No, no, no. He's not a shepherd. He's what he wants to appear to you, but he's none of this. The one that appears to me is almost like that, but this is not the case of this man here. From the guy responsible for this boat, this material here. But the one that appears to me is almost like that. Okay, but he doesn't hold anything on his hand, just a staff. Stand within a nimbus of soft white light, an immeasurably ancient man faces me. He is dressed in a long robe and holds a shepherd's staff, a deep covered crook. I stare in consternation. A shepherd? You see him here? But usually he's an old man and he holds a staff on his hand. No, it's not tree. No, it's not vegetation. And this lamp here always walks on its own. Okay, it's not a vegetation, it's a being, right? And they are giant. I'm going there this week after a long time absence because I have been really, oh my God, I have been really not good to go out, really, really, mentally and physically wise. But I'll go soon there, return there. They don't want me there, but it's okay, no problem. See them walking, see them walk. It's not imagination, the camera that moves. Even if I stand still, they will still move. There. Oh, that one's, yeah, they are moving the vegetation. It is time to break the chains of life. If you follow, you will see what's beyond the reality. The other day I caught a dragon manifesting himself here. Drake. There here, small one. There. And the giants are not always here. No, they're anti-tree. This one here is not a tree, it's the giant. You see here this stuff? Now, this being doesn't appear, see this one here? It doesn't appear at naked eyes. There's no such thing as two small trees close together. They are separated through naked eyes. Okay, in certain time of the week when I go there, I don't see I don't see anything like this here. There's only separated trees or other smaller skinner beings moving around. But there's no such thing as this short trees showing close together if I stop on the middle. There's no such thing. Okay? So that's him here, and yeah, he don't like me around here. His voice is thunderous through the EVP. Sounds thunderous. There's the giant. And then what I'm trying to say is that this is being. Once you find out their true reality, their true identity, they get very close to you, very cross to you. And that's the time when they show their true color and they become really hostile and nasty towards you. Okay? See here? There's not trees. And another thing, sometimes he is on the side there on the left side, observing me and grump, talk, whispering that I don't understand anything about what he's saying. See here? Let us say the giants are back. Now, yeah, he don't move. He doesn't move. He just stay there hysteric. Close your eyes. It is real and not a dream. I'm in you, enjoying. It is time to break the chains of life. If you follow, you will see what belongs to your reality. Dun, 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 dun. 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 Going there is not for everybody. It's really not for everybody. Really, really, really. It's a very scary place. Scared the Akon face here. And you see me, what she's doing here at 3 a.m. in the morning? Scared the giants, ancient giants. Now I'm in luck that I'm in certain place where um, I have the opportunity to explore and get the giant. No, is it a giant? I guess yes. Again, I have the opportunity to explore all the scheduled being that follow me around. You see, so I'm glad that I can show because if I see out of through out of the body experience, see, I cannot prove to people. I can only say what I've seen, but I cannot prove it. So that's why I have the urge to go there and prove to people that what I say, what I see is true. Okay, so now I'm having a concrete, tangible proof of it using a camera. This one represents the shepherd. Alright, now they aren't humans. Okay, they are not human. Can they Shape-shift as a human, yes, they do. And the juicy animals here represent eyes. We are the sheep. We are the sheep, and they are invested, not say created, but invested in kingdom, which is certain planets, Earth included. All right. So please stand within me by the soft white light, and immeasurable unshiny man faces me. So he's very big. He immeasurably mean miserable means very big. He's dressed in a long robe and holds a shepherd's staff with a deeply carved crook. I stare in consternation. A shepherd? Please feel welcome. Some of your many questions deserve an answer, and there is more I would have you experience. He stands before me, radiating incredible love and infallible trust. So illuminate is he that I can see the nimbus of his radiancy. This man evokes the deepest aspects of love and trust in me, while his wisdom is a force of pure vibration. His enchantment is not something that is manifest in his appearance, but is a feeling I get from his aura. Now, what happens here? Sometimes this feeling in a sense of love, of belonging, of accepting, and this light that emanates from what you see from that being is from you yourself, but they make it deflecting from them. Okay, you see it as it's from them, deflecting from them actually is your own reflection. On a surge of insight, I realized that here, at last, I faced the author of my journey, the unseen shepherd of my adventure. It was you, was it? I asked. It was your voice that whispered to me, and it was you who made all this possible for me. You have been my unseen guide. Yes, I did whisper into your heart, and I also precipitated your experiences in this timeless room. But it was you who made it all possible. Come, let's have a little chat while we travel. I realized that the petal-like ramp has folded back into place, and that a faint, subtle vibration is evident. Where are we? I asked, a faint quaver to my voice. To be exact, where is not the operative word, the shepherd replies. Where does not apply to this reality. We are not transversing space as you know it, but in truth, we are unfolding through frames of reality. I ask only for your trust. You know, I trust you, I reply. I'm pretty well certain that you are the guide who has been a major influence in my life for a very long time. He smiles. Yes, I have, but in many a different guise. See? See, he said, you have been a major influence in my life for a very long time. And then he says, yes, I have, but in many a different guise or mimicry or shape-shifting. I suppose the next question is to ask for my name. I nod. I have had many names in the identities. See how elusive they are. Elusive. I have had many names and identities, but who I am is none of this. He frowns thoughtfully. Know me simply as the shepherd. This will avoid confusion based on your past or on unnecessary feelings of reverence. Well, at least he's humble and he's been humble and realistic because everybody's the same here. Everybody come from the cosmos. Nothing is better than the other. I stare to his serene blue eyes, a deep, startling kingfisher blue. His eyes speak of the most profound wisdom and compassion. Just staring into those eyes renews and uplifts me. just don't believe in Nordic aliens. I don't believe there's no such thing. If there are some, they are half dead and they live on hollow earth. Right? Hollow earth. They are not from off world, but they are beings that were here before and were exterminated, and they become like, well, they discard their material body, their density body, and become light bodied, right? They look like dead. If you see them, they look like dead. Their skin is really pale white, right? They become like the plasmic body, red. But this one, these are all fake. Don't fall for these are all fake. No such thing. Okay, no. I have seen a lot of aliens, but no one like this one. Never. In fact, I have seen one, but he was all covered by a white suit like that that covers even the head. Okay, even the head. It was on my balcony in 2005. I still remember. Another one was 2014. This time around, the other one was a Kalina aliens. That is, I see if I can find. I already show it here. This one, I've seen this one. Okay, some would say it's a reptilian. I don't know, but exactly this one, and I have never seen him before. I saw it there on the balcony at about 4 to 3 a.m. And still some idiots here say that this time only have good things. Because they are, for me, I don't know, these people say 10 or what. 3 a.m., 4 a.m. is okay. And the 7 o'clock is the time when the devil come out. They retarded, stupid people full of superstitious. I have seen this been at 3 a.m. I was awakened by a rough muffled there on the balcony when I saw he was there. He's about 2 meters tall. And somehow he attracted me to him. And he said that he wants with me in another life. Should I believe that? I don't know. I really don't know. Only that his eyes is stretched up here. He's not quite like this. His eyes is like a cat. He's stretched up upwards more than this one. But it's a large eyes, the same facial feature, same mouth, same lips, same nose, like this, no hair, but he didn't have all these skills. He was all truly smooth and much wider than this one, much wide. Maybe now he was wearing a suit, okay, a white suit aside, but maybe inside he was like white skinned. And he started his blah 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 because he know me already, and that we had a life together, and that I was his wife, and I really didn't want to believe that, no. And next he was touching me all over and tried to molest me even. So yeah, it's true. I'm not kidding. It's really happened to me. This one. I don't know. It's a Kalina. Then he have Virgo star system. But who I am is none of it is people. So I started setting blue eyes, a deep startling kingfisher blue. His eyes speak of the most profound wisdom and compassion. Just staring to those eyes renews and uplifts me. Some people are so gullible, aren't they? I really don't. I have a difficulty time believing this being. With one hand on my shoulder, he guides me through an open doorway into another part of the craft. This golden globe is as deceptive as the golden orb of the city. For we are now in a long, wide corridor with many doors. Is a corridor of time. For we are now in a long, wide corridor with many doors leading to other rooms all along it. I suspect that what I saw on the Golden Globe in reality may be something quite different. The shepherd steers me into a very sized room, comfortably furnished in a human style, and bids me to be seated. I sit back with a deep, relaxing sigh, while questions bubble to the surface of my mind. The shepherd holds up his hand. Wait, let me explain first, and then I will answer any remaining questions. He sits back, relaxing, and softly claps his hands together. Immediately, a shaft of pink light beams onto me, bathing me in nourishment. I feel myself absorbing this pink light into my light body with all the relief of a physically thirsty person gulping down much needed water. I didn't know I so needed that. You could hardly be expected to know. You are much more familiar with your physical body than with your light body. He smiles at me, engaging and friendly. You are a normal, mortal human being in this lifespan. Yet, like all other people, you are also an immortal being of light. You, Michael, are a very old soul. He waved his arm in an all-encompassing gesture of space and life. You have been around. Me too, I have been around. I vouch for it. A question leaps to my mind, but he holds up a hand to forestall it. Wow. So before the guy want to ask him a question, he put his arm. Okay, okay, stop. I'm not going to long explanations because you are going to discover your own truth. That's the reason behind this exercise, to give you a deeper insight into the many dimensions of self. When you awaken to the truth of self, then your purpose on planet Earth will unfold. This metaphysical experience is happening because you have willed it to so. Willed it so. These timeless realms that you are exploring and discovering are part of a greater reality. Life is not all transient and physical, nor is it all bound by physical law. As an old soul, your inner truth can no longer be denied. Your lightness of being demands that you awaken to a greater reality and that you fulfill your purpose. Questions that had clamored for my attention die. The shepherd looks me in the eyes, like a caterpillar that has reached the time of its butterfly self. So you are close to the time of your greater self. Just as the caterpillar in its cocoon experiences the titanic forces of change, so these same forces will rip apart the fabric of life as you perceive it. How long you stay in the destructuring cycle of the cocoon is up to you. This is not being thrust upon you. It is your choice, your reason in taking physical incarnation on earth. Even though this does not answer all my questions, it is enough. I realize that my questions needed their answers lived, not explained. However, I do have one last question. I get the feeling you could appear to me in any way that you wish. Yeah, of course, they shape shift. Why? As a shepherd, because it represents them being our shepherd that is there to guide us, and us as the sheep. Okay, the sheep. I wish to powerfully imprint the image of a shepherd into your consciousness. But why? The shepherd smiles gently, his face expressing concern. Because it is symbolic of the inner truth that you contain, with all its attendant to responsibilities. You will deny this, of course. In fact, you will more than deny it. You will fight against it. He smiles encouragingly. That is one reason why you are here now. I feel disconcerted, for I am very aware of my instant denial of his words. I don't even want to discuss it. You say that is one reason I'm here. Is there another reason? Yes, you are discovering that your long suppressed metaphysical self is very powerful. Your logical slash physical self has been dominant until now, but this great reality is revealing another aspect of self. It is appropriate now for your metaphysical self to move into ascendancy. I stared at the shepherd thoughtfully. What he is saying makes sense. Until now, I have suppressed my metaphysical experiences, mainly because of the fear of being different. But I'm enjoying the wonder of this timeless room and the insights and capacities it is revealing in me. Where are we going? I asked. Are we leaving Earth? In fact, where's the place I have just come from? The shepherd smiles patiently. Your question's mode is still in gear. However, I agree, some explanation is in order. We are not really going to a place or places. As I said earlier, we are moving through frames of reality. Your three-dimensional physical earth plane is a reality zone. We are no longer in that same zone, therefore we are in a different continuum, but you have not traveled any place to do this. I really don't understand you. The shepherd shrugs. To put it in the simplest possible terms, you are a being of light. This is your greater reality. When your consciousness of self focuses on your light dimension, then you experience a greater metaphysical reality, and your reality expands into other rooms or frames of experiential reference. This is what is happening to you now. When your consciousness focuses only through your physical self, then you won't experience your everyday physical reality, correct? Both are true, yet the physical reality contains definite limits, while a metaphysical reality takes you beyond them. Believing only in a physical reality maintains those limitations, correct? I think I get it. Is as though life as I physically know it is a consensus reality of soap and water and a bubble pie. When you blow into the pipe, the soap and water form a bubble, which gradually expands. In essence, it's all the same substance, yet the bubble expands into new dimensions of expression, extending far beyond the consensus reality of mere soap and water. The shepherd laughs and claps his hand in delight. An excellent metaphor! I could not have put it better myself. Jumping to his feet, he heads out the door, beckoning to me. Come on, I have a few friends wanting to meet you again. I follow him down the wide corridor. Friends? What friends? What's he talking about? The farther you walk down the corridor, the longer it seems to become. Suddenly, the shepherd flings open a door and ushers me in. I'll see you later, he says in a soft voice and whisks back out the door, closed behind him. I still think that the shepherd is the same other figures or personality that comes after to meet Michael, like the sign, the being, the cat being, and the all that snake beings, etc. The same being. Apprehensive, I gaze around me. I'm no longer in my room, but in a soft twilight landscape of sand and low dunes. A feeling of peace pervades the atmosphere, and despite this being so startlingly unexpected, I begin to relax. More impossible wonder! This place could not possibly be in the golden spacecraft, for it seems that the dunes parade endlessly into the distant sea. Unsure of what to do, I walk over toward what looks like a 6 foot tall grass tree. In my physical reality, they are one of my favorite plants. bow hanging in a shimmering haze around the waterfalls. Oh, so this is something familiar. As I walk, I notice a very fine hair-like plant growing over the sand. So fine it is hardly visible. The fact that it's a pale blue color no longer seems odd. The grass tea is reassuring. Even though its long, sweeping, needle thin grass-like foliage is a deep blue. Standing by the tree, I stroke the foliage in the way I often physically do. When an odd thing happens, tiny sparks of light, not electrical, leap from the foliage to my hands, and they carry a communication. This one are all artificial, is all artificial made stuff. As each spark of light touches me, it ignites a inner knowing. Amazed, I realize that this grass tree look-alike is an intelligent, aware entity. Although in Australia we have a physical tree that looks rather similar, Shantoruya is not the same. This entity does not have a three-dimensional counterpart. The environment in which we are meeting duplicates its home world. But as far as I know, we are still on the golden craft. As I follow my compulsion to stroke the grass tree being, a particularly large spark of light ignites a vast insight. This insight is in the form of vision, inner knowing, and pure experience all rolled up into one package. It takes me less than a micro moment to receive it, but sometimes less moments to assimilate it. In essence, she, the grass tree being, reveals that on earth there are spiritual beings of pure energy in every plant, from our tiny lichens to the huge trees. Although the death of a plant does not disrupt or disturb the spiritual beings that express the energy in the plants, it does cause a displacement. In those moments of displacement, measured in hours, months, or even years on Earth, the beings of energy that express through the forms of plant life, the one that I captured in camera, return instantly to their metaphysical realm of pure spirit. Would I like to visit this realm? The other insight that bowls me over is that I know this entity. In some other non-physical room, I have shared the experience with this being that appears like a bluegrass tree. It does not reveal any more about our relationship than this, and I realize that it's probably wisest not to. What I do not know or remember cannot upset me emotionally. The grass tree being is aware of my acceptance of the offer before I even attempt to confirm it and ponder on how we will get to this other realm of plant spirit. The foliage rustles gently, encouraging me once again to caress the needle fine fronds. As I do so, a huge burst of sparkling lights dazzle me, engulfing me in a brilliant shower of illumination, and I am elsewhere. I gaze around me in a way. I'm surrounded by a non-physical room of stunning beauty. For a while, I just stand away stricken, trying to adjust to a reality where nothing seems to follow any physical law or to conform to any normality of earth. I stand in the midst of what I can only describe as dozens of ethereal waterfalls, varying size from a tiny wisp to immeasurably large torrents, all surrounded by a profusion of plants and flowers. But none of this is physical. The waterfalls are liquid light rather than the lagoon of liquid light, but where that once calm and tranquil. It is an exposure of dynamic energy, all artificial. This fragment of a rainbow hanging in a shimmering haze around the waterfalls, consciously exploring all the colors of our known spectrum and beyond. Only every waterfall that you can see appears to be a different color. Instead of being a clean, colorless fluid, the water has the clarity of wine with a bewildering range of color. Cardinal and pale rose reds flow side by side with champagne pinks, chartreuse, chartreuse and apricot yellows, saffron golds, cerulean and icy blues, emerald greens, and every other tone and hue of color possible. Beautiful. I'm dumbfounded by energy that's so overwhelmingly powerful in this incomprehensible world that our own physical nature is a pale echo by comparison. And yet, this is nature. It is the non-physical spirit of nature in a very different room of expression. This is a matrix where plant life is conceived in consciousness before its eventual birth into the infinite and variety rooms of reality, including our physical earth reality. Nothing here conforms to human expectation. The streams follow vibrant earth in some places, to lift into the earth, supported by nothing as they span a gulf or simply change direction. Some waterfalls are falling water, while others are water flowing upward. There seems to be no birds or animals, but large butterfly-like insects flit around in profusion. As I gaze at one beautiful specimen near me, his wings open and close gently. Startled, I gasp in surprise. It has no body. The wings simply join at the base so that it is no more than flying wings. As I study it, I notice that this particular butterfly has mirror-surfaced wings. Each reflecting the myriad of color around it as it flies. How a bodiless pair of wings can exist is beyond me. This is ectoplasmic world, but then this whole reality is beyond my comprehension. Not sure of how to move around in a reality as the audience does. I take a hesitant step and gasp in delight. While I'm not exactly flying, I'm floating as I walk. It feels unbelievably free. Walking over to a pink waterfall, I plunge my light body hand into it, and a surge of healing peace flows through me. Wonderful! Floating over to a flaming red stream, I again put my hand in. This time I feel a surge of active energy. Feeling very daring, I float slash walk over to a 10-foot waterfall of the exact shade of violet as the violets I used to pick in my aunt's orchard as a child, and I step into it. An incredible surge of clarity, peace, and upliftment flows through me. It feels like the water is inside me rather than flowing over my body, and I realize with astonishment that it is. In some way, the ethereal liquid flows right through my being. This immersion must be making my senses more acute, opening my cognition for I suddenly become aware of other beings in this song. Once again, the song is pervading all there is, echoing from every waterfall in a uniquely different tune as it registers the different shades of color. It occurs to me that the song is the creative factor here, that everything I can see and all that's beyond my perception is an expression of this song. I somehow know that the butterfly creatures are also the song and movement, an expression of joy in flight. The beings that I see are both familiar and startling, startling new. I recognize them as the spirits of nature, but never have I seen such diversity as now. Many of these nature beings radiate a light around them that takes on the flickering shape of the plant form through which they express on a physical earth or leaf. Size is not affected in this. I see a nature being that seems to reflect oak trees in its radiancy. Yet the being is no larger than another nature being that reflects yellow primroses. Both of these nature beings are quite large, reflecting all of light that is about 30 to 50 feet high and perhaps half as far across. I perceive the nature beings within the radiating light and the source of the illumination, in the way that a human body's flesh in appearance. These beings appear solid light. Their body seems to be far more solid than my light body is. Unlike a human, they have no discernible shape, for their bodies of solid light flicker and change in the manner of a flame. However, beyond all this, I am aware of great focus and intelligence. There is not a trace of identity in them or impersonality as we know it. Yet their focus is so absolute that for me it serves to easily identify them. Since stepping under the violet waterfall, my insight, like an unfolding bud, has been steadily expanding. I perceive that although these nature beings are intelligent, they are not intellectual. Their intelligence is of a purity and focus beyond human comprehension. They are reservoirs of a vast knowing. Yet this knowing cannot be transmitted in any way other than by direct experience. They can, if they wish, unite a knowing within us. This then verbalized through our intellects and invariably start in direct accordance to our beliefs and conditioning. As I float/walk among these nature beings, and there are great numbers of them, I see other nature beings who appear very different. There are few beings who do not contain the energy of plants within their regency. Some seem to hold the substance of stone around them, not in form but in a subtle vibration essence. Others hold the feeling of a great boulder. Some a precious mineral, and some seem as though they belong deep within our physical earth. Is a nature being of solid light, but they reflect a far more dense physicality than the beings of a plant expression. I thought that I was reasonably familiar with the diminutive elf in nature spirits, but the profusion of tiny glowing spirits of nature in this room is prodigious. And the man of a cloud of flickering fireflies on a warming summer evening, these minute beings swarm in every space and over every plant of this fabulous kingdom, and they are of varieties beyond description. Some appear as pure sparks of light, while others are as if shards of rainbow. Some are opaque, some appear solid, some like bits of jellyfish, and some like sparks of incandescent fire. One type I have never encountered before appears as a spark of opal, opalescent jet black. The overall appearances of mobile, intelligent, sparkling beings of light. All these tiny nature spirits seem to stay within close proximity to one another, never straying far apart. This creates the effect of clouds of sparkling ethereal illumination. There are others, however, that are not so small. Many of the nature spirits are about half my height and powerfully illuminated. Within the light of their illumination, I see the suggestion of faun, elf, fairy, gnome, leprechaun, sprite, and others, all in the classic way of our stories and conditioning. As I gaze at them, spellbound, I cannot help but wonder if they hold the nebulous identity of a form taken from human minds, or if indeed the reverse is true. I float, walk for a long way, the waterways gradually becoming less, while the vegetation goes through a subtle change. Near the water it was lush and abundant, with large plants carrying leaves of every color imaginable, and I found it disconcerting to see leaves of a transparent pink or deep ink blue. Now, however, the vegetation is more like true grass trees with bright green foliage. This time I feel sure that they are plants. I stop near one to stroke the foliage, but there are no sparks of light, no inner communication. As I continue wandering aimlessly on my way, I notice that the light's becoming greener. Green light's not like our daylight. It's strange to put it mildly. Abruptly, I get the distinct impression that I'm being guided and that I am exactly where I should be. Turning toward a small hill covered in delicate pale green capulite plants, which, as with all the other vegetation, are covered in tiny nature spirits, I float walk to the top. I'm glad that I'm floating, for the beautiful cup plants are tissue thin, and I do not want to inadvertently inadvertently crush them. I get the impression that the plants are so delicate that even my light body would be too heavy for their fragility. The hill is taller than I thought, and I go higher and higher, floating without effort over the plants. How very strange! I am now 10 times higher than the hill originally appeared, and I am not yet at the top. Most odd, the hill is not steep and continues to look small, but I am maybe 1,000 feet above the area of waterfalls. On and on I go, climbing in and effortlessly float up and up the small hill. I have no idea of time, and obviously distance is equally meaningless. I estimate that I could now be as high as 5,000 feet above the multicolored waterfalls. As I float to walk ever high up this deceptive hillside, the light is steadily getting greener. It's as clear around me as normal bright daylight, except that it is now a powerful and brilliant green. Without warning, I reach the top of the hill, and I gasp in sheer astonishment. Before me stands its base in a deep, deep valley and towering into the air far above me, so high the top disappears from my view, is an incredible grass-like pillar. Stunned, I just stand and gap. It's beautiful, bizarre, and utterly awe-inspiring. The pillar is a glowing, incandescent, pulsating emerald green. It's brilliant beyond luminosity, and it is aware. I stare unmoving, held by this resplendent sight. This deceptive hillside, the light steadily getting greener, is as clear around me as normal bright daylight, except that it's now a powerful and brilliant green. Without warning, I reach the top of the hill and I gasp in sheer astonishment. Before me, standing its base in a deep, deep valley and towering into the air far above me, so high the top disappears from my view, the incredible grass-like pillar. Stunned, I just stand and gasp. It is beautiful, bizarre, and actually way inspiring. The pillar is a glowing incandescent, pulsation emerald green, is brilliant beyond the luminosity, and is aware. I stay unmoving, held by this resplendent sight. I have no idea how long I stand, mesmerized. Tears trickle from my eyes, and I'm aware that my physical self in bed is also affected. It's not even what I'm seeing, but also what I'm feeling. The green light touches my soul. All that I am is totally involved. Standing before this mystic pillar is a deeply transcendental experience. It's somehow absolute. I become aware that the pillar is the source of this room. It's the creative factor of this reality. Its reason for being. The green light now dominates everything with incandescent emerald clarity. It radiates from the pillar and carries an energy that has no human terms of translation. I could say that it is the energy source of all life within this room, but it goes far beyond this. The radiant green light is a total nourishment for all the beings of nature, the myriad spirits of nature that inhabit our planet Earth. As I feel the green light permeating me, my inside continues to expand. Our earth would not be able to express a physical nature without this metaphysical realm and its pillar of green light. From the greatest to the most tiny, all the nature beings of earth constantly flicker in and out of frames of reality from earth to this room and back. It's a movement beyond the time, but vital for the continuity of life as we know it. The pillar and the song are one. The green light is the song. The song manifests as the green light. I gaze at the nature beings who in countless numbers fly, batting in the emerald green light. Since as we humans are spiritual beings of light who purposefully incarnate into physical earthly realm, so too the light beings of nature are purposefully involved in a physical earth. We share a purpose but do not share an awareness of this. Unseen by human eyes, unloved by eyes, unknown and unappreciated, even scorned and rejected, even destroyed. As fairy tales, these spirits of nature are a major factor in all life on earth. Without the power of creativity, without the song that expresses intelligence beyond the DNA, without the mystical pillar and its energy of green light, recharging and nourishing the spirits of nature, our physical earth would become totally barren. I walked to the very edge of the hill I had climbed, noting how it drops sheer away into the deep valley where the base of the incredible pillar is centered. Well over 300 feet in diameter and icy smooth, the pillar seems to grow from the very heart of this metaphysical realm. Without a thought, I leap out toward the pillar of green light, uncaring of any consequence. At first I begin to fall, but within moments I'm drawn to the pillar as though a metal a metal feeling to a vast and powerful magnet. As I float closer and closer to the pillar and its green luminosity of light, I approach ecstasy, soul nourishment, total rapture. I'm held in the raging sea of the green light. Could it be the source of all things, source of our being, sea of our soul, etc.? Will when we die we be merged with it? Is it what we call the emerging sea? The ultimate encounter in emergency with the green light, experiencing love as the continual expanding sea of all creation, and everything gradually fades away. As I become aware again, I'm stroking the needle-like foliage of the bluegrass tree being. I have no idea how I got to that realm of nature spirits or back again. I'm too bad. I'm too overfilled to even contemplate it. So it's so long already. So that's all for now.